stopped it. Now the session is being recorded. Sorry about that. We haven't started the actual presentation yet, so that's okay. We will have this presentation available on the website partners.caring.com by the end of the week, hopefully, but no later than next week. Okay, so for those of you not yet familiar with me, I'm Denise Graab. I'm Director of Reviews and Marketing at caring.com for the past 14 years. In my role, I oversee the longest standing, highest integrity senior services reviews program on the web, with authentic feedback from seniors and their families and about 400,000 reviews covering all care levels of senior living and in-home care. The reviews Caring receives are first read by experts on my team who are trained in both our industry and in online reviews best practices to proactively and strictly enforce the publication guidelines, which we apply fairly across all ratings and reviews. We're also known for our responsive customer service with US-based staff available by phone or email whenever help is needed with reviews. Our team is talking to seniors and their families every day about their reviews, as well as helping communities and agencies. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any reviews, questions, or needs too. For this presentation, oh, looks like I went the wrong way. There we go. For this presentation today, we'll start with a few reasons it's important to monitor and manage your online reputation. You may recall when you registered for this webinar, I asked you if you knew how many reviews you currently had on your caring.com profile. 54%, or about half of you, are regularly monitoring and do know your current review volume. That's great. My hope is we can encourage more communities and agencies to monitor their reviews too. Now, whether you're among those who are paying close attention or you're among those who need to start, we'll share what you should be considering when you're analyzing your reputation, what care seekers are looking for in reviews in 2025, how to build up your profile and fill in any reputation gaps to help you better attract and convert new customers. Please stick around for the Q&A. And after that, I'll summarize the key takeaways, but I'll also be sharing some tips for how to qualify for Caring Stars 2026 by the qualification deadline. Okay, without further ado, let's get started in discussing reviews and why refreshing your reputation profile this spring is so important. To maximize bandwidth during this part of the presentation, I'm going to go off camera and I'll come back on during Q&A. All right. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Okay. Now, some of you who have attended my webinars before, you know I share this stat that every hour there are thousands of online searches for senior living and senior care, and 96% of these Americans are reading reviews as part of their online research when they're considering the services of local businesses. 74% are going to at least two different review websites, with Caring's reviews featuring prominently and frequently in Google search. So, community seekers are likely to find the reviews on caring.com when they turn to the internet to research their options, even if they hadn't used our referral services originally to find you. Think of this as the digital drive-by, where seniors and their families turn to online search engines, directories like those on Caring, and your business website too, to learn as much as they can and decide whether or not they should submit an inquiry, return your calls, take any senior living community tours, have an in-home care assessment for in-home care, or select your services for their needs. They are looking at those reviews to help them decide. And when that digital research happens, you want your online reviews to help tell a story about the quality of your services and positively influence their decision making. Now, on Caring, we've studied the influence of reviews on inquiry and conversion performance for our partners. The program isn't limited to our partners, but this we have data on those in our network. So we didn't narrow this research to just positive reviews, by the way. We looked at volume of reviews across all ratings and any influence that volume had on inquiries, tours, and move-ins for our partner communities who we have that conversion data for. We've done this analysis multiple times over the last 5 years. In fact, we were one of the first to measure the influence of reviews on senior living and senior care conversions. So, what we found in repeatedly is that partner listings with 16 or more reviews see significantly better performance than our partners that only have one or two reviews. And if you have no reviews, you're not even on the board of consideration yet. Now, today on this slide, I am revealing new proprietary data from our referral program based on recent analysis we ran. We found that our partner communities with 16 or more reviews on their caring.com profile saw nearly 3 times more leads, almost 4 times more tours, and over 4 times more move-ins than our partners who only had one or two reviews. Now, that's amazing, but also keep in mind this is an average across the partner profiles. This is not a performance guarantee for individual communities or agencies, but it definitely shows the positive influence that reviews, and review volume in particular, can have on your sales and marketing and how powerful the reviews are in the search and selection process. Now, your reputation profile on caring.com can also help your business earn a Service Excellent Award called Caring Stars. This program helps seniors and their families quickly identify top-rated communities and agencies. In addition to the promotional marketing by Caring and the winners, including local media coverage we see every year for Caring Stars, we also show the award badge on the winners' profiles, and we have Caring Stars call outs on our website, including a Caring Stars search filter in our geo-based search results, making it easier for care seekers to find those Caring Stars winners within the last 3 years. Any senior living community or home care agency, and I mean any, that has a profile on caring.com has the potential to qualify for this award if you meet the rigorous criteria that's based on the consumer reviews. There are no fees to participate, and we also don't charge any licensing fees for the free promotional materials. This is a high integrity award and really compelling social proof for those considering your services. The Caring Stars Award can help position you to get the best referrals possible and support you in being able to more easily convert them as new customers. While it's not required that you be a partner to earn the award, again, this is open to any community or agency in the country. We do have data on those communities that are in our network and have won the award. So we found that for 2023 and 2024, the top rated Caring Stars communities on average attracted nearly twice as many inquiries and over 5 times more new resident move-ins than Caring's community partners without the award. We also looked at communities who had earned the award in the prior years to see what their 2023 and 2024 referral performance was like. They had similar boosts as recent year winners, including on average 42% more inquiries and 67% more move-ins than those who had never earned Caring Stars. So again, while this isn't a guarantee, the data signals what I mentioned before, that this Caring Stars Award program is truly helping seniors and their families choose the best service providers, and it's a solid reason for you to aim for Caring Stars 2026 qualification, which requires analyzing your reputation. Now, when we talk about having a stellar reviews profile, here's an example of what that can mean. As a senior or the family member of a senior, put yourself in their shoes. Which of these reputation profiles do you think is more compelling? The one with lots of reviews, including recent reviews, a high overall average rating, review responses, service excellence awards, or the one that doesn't have that many reviews, no recent feedback, a low overall average rating, no awards, and they haven't responded to their reviews either. If your profile is more like the one on the right that needs improvement, your online reputation may be hindering your success in attracting and converting new customers. And I'll share more info later in this presentation about how to move forward with having a stellar profile. Let's start though with how to analyze your current profile, what to look for and consider, what to aim for, given what care seekers or online searchers prefer today. First, I want to share some tools that can support you in this reputation analysis endeavor. In case you didn't know, Caring is integrated with 8 different third-party platforms for monitoring and building online reputation. These companies that I show here on the left have review sharing agreements with us, and they are used by both senior living communities and senior care agencies to manage reputation not only on caring.com, but other reviews websites too. Most of these services I show you on the left also provide tools inside their dashboards to help you analyze your reviews. Some even offer services to help you rapidly craft review responses. For those of you at home care agencies, you may recognize Activated Insights by their former name of Home Care Pulse. They collect service feedback from seniors and their families by phone and then submit those reviews to Caring for participating agencies via our integration. Now, middle of slide, for those of you in Caring's partner network, we send you automated new review alerts with every review we publish on your profile. Not only does that alert have quick links to respond, it also has a link to your reviews profile so you can see the latest review in context of the reputation profile overall and do the analysis I'm going to be recommending on the next few slides. If you're a senior living community partner, I want to draw your attention to what I'm showing on the right of the slide. You can log into Partner Portal to read through your published reviews, better understand what type of ratings you're getting, visit those reputation profiles right from Portal, and respond to any reviews lacking a response. Now, for those of you who don't currently have access to any of the 3 main tools I'm showing here, you're not using a third-party monitoring platform, you're not yet partner with Caring, you can still visit the public profile about your business on caring.com and do the recommended analysis I'm about to go through. Contact reviews at Caring if you need help finding your public profile on caring.com. Okay, so let's get started on reputation analysis. Let's start with exploring review ratings. When reading reviews, people are seeking both facts and opinions, and they want to read the details in both positive and negative reviews to form their own assessment before moving forward in their interest in the business they're considering. That said, nowadays, most care seekers won't consider a community or agency with an overall average rating below 4 stars. This has actually been the case for about 5 years now, and the stat you're seeing in the upper right of this slide is from the latest survey in Q4 of last year from Gather Up, which is a consumer experience business specializing in reviews. Given this preference by care seekers for that high overall average rating, Caring added filters to our search pages to enable people to refine their geo-based searches to communities or agencies with ratings at or above 4 stars, and for those willing to go below that, at or above 3 stars, which is the middle of the scale rating. We also added on the community and agency profiles the ability for the care seeker to filter for reviews by specific ratings. And it tells them how, how many in each as well. So You've likely seen features like this on other review sites as well, with the highest and lowest rating filters. Think about it again from the perspective of the care seeker. They want to see what other people just like them liked most and least about the business they're considering. Having a balance of negative and positive reviews can actually help you with the credibility or believability of the reviews on the profile. People know that no business is perfect. So if they only see five-star reviews and no diversity amongst the ratings and feedback, they can become suspicious about the validity or authenticity of those five-star reviews. So after this webinar, please visit your Caring.com profile, take a look at your overall average rating and the distribution of star ratings on your page. See what those care seekers are seeing when they visit your reputation profile. You should do this actually across multiple reviews platforms, getting the most attention and trust by your potential customers. Now, review volume is another key area to explore in your reputation profile, particularly given the review volume influence data I shared earlier. Bright Local is a search engine marketing company. They've been surveying consumers about reviews for years. And they found in their latest study that 85% of people using online reviews in their research about local businesses said that the review volume helps them trust the average rating's validity. In fact, over half in that study said they need to read at least 20 to 100 reviews before they trust the average ratings. This contributes to them going to multiple reviews websites too. They want to build a sufficient picture or impression about your services from across enough reviews they believe, that they trust to be real, and that they find value in. On Caring, we've added a most reviews filter on our geo pages for care seekers because we know it's a reputation attribute they care about. But it's also important to put review volume in context. Consumer expectations for review volume will obviously be lower for a residential care home that serves less than 10 people compared to a bigger senior living community that has over 100 residents. As another example, a senior care agency using a service like Activated Insights to regularly collect feedback from their customers may accumulate over 100 reviews very easily after a few years. This may make it a bit harder for other local agencies to compete if they're not likewise garnering a high volume of customer reviews regularly. Or those agencies may need to compete with some of the other reputation attributes that are likewise persuasive, such as the Caring Stars Award, which doesn't require 100 reviews, but nonetheless does a high reputation qualification bar with that award. Okay, now let's talk about review recency, or how current your most recent reviews are. While there are still some care seekers who want to see how you've been rated over time, they're filtering for oldest reviews to newest reviews on your community or agency profile to see if your service quality has been consistent or inconsistent over time. And sometimes they comment about that in their reviews or they send a message to my team about that. But the latest Bright Local research shows that 92% of Americans are expecting to see reviews published within the last 12 months. And that review recency is very impactful on their decision to use that business. So, for example, if you have 100 reviews, but the most recent on your profile is 2020, you could lose business to a competitor with only 10 reviews, but they have them all in the last year and only a few prior. Those recent reviews are becoming increasingly important to the care seekers and Americans in general when they're reading online reviews. If you're interested in qualifying for Caring Stars, your agency or community should aim to have at least 2 to 3 new reviews per quarter, so every 3 months, to meet the current review requirements for that award. But Even if you don't succeed in winning that award, the recent reviews are still very relevant and very helpful for attracting and converting prospective customers. In fact, we're now regularly receiving inbound requests from care seekers who want to read the latest, most recent reviews about communities and agencies in our network. And we're helping them find those reviews and we're encouraging them to leave their reviews too. So, the three reputation attributes I've discussed so far: review ratings, review volume, and review recency are also key attributes being factored into community and agency rankings in our online directories, as well as our internal recommendation engine for our family advisors. So if you have time for no other reputation analysis, you only have a little bit of time, at least focus on these three. How many reviews you have relative to your business size, what is your overall average rating, and how recent your reviews are. That's going to be crucial for success in sales and marketing. Beyond those three reputation attributes of rating, volume, and recency, you can also optimize your profile by looking at who is reviewing your services and start filling in those gaps too. For instance, do you have enough reviews from the seniors receiving services? If you're a senior living community that offers independent living or assisted living, we have a featured resident review module near the top of community profiles. It's all automated. You don't have to do anything, but those resident reviews float to the top. The most recent float to the top. We also have the senior resident filter in the reviews section too. Second in popularity to the senior resident or client reviews are the family member reviews. If you have 50 reviews and 90% of those are from tour takers or people who chose other as their relationship, that reputation profile can be less valuable to the care seeker than a community or agency with 90% of its reviews coming from current residents and clients and their families. So take a look at the relationships of the reviewers on your profile. And if you're already succeeding in getting reviews from the seniors and their families, how diverse are those reviewers? For instance, do you have reviews from both women and men, from older seniors and younger seniors, and from those who love activities versus those who love dining as their most favorite attributes? Take a look at the reviewer composition in your reputation profile. This can help you focus who you ask to fill the reputation gaps. Okay, now remember early on I mentioned that care seekers are looking at multiple review websites when considering your services. In your marketing, you can point them to the reviews with the most substantive, qualitative feedback. The feedback and reviews that are going to help them most in making their decision. So a review that simply says, they were great, doesn't really give enough detail to help the care seeker in their search and selection. A review with no words isn't helpful. Instead, a review that describes in detail what they love most about your services and what they suggest for enhancement is much better for guiding the care seekers. In fact, in Bright Local's recent study of online review usage, they found a third of online searchers said reading a long and detailed review helped them feel more positive about using that service. So when you're asking for a review, you can prompt them to share at least 2 to 3 specific examples of why they chose your business, or to give examples of what they think will most help other seniors and their families in making their selection decision too. There are also sentiment and keyword analysis you can do in review content, and some of our integration partners, like review trackers, offer that as a standard feature within their platforms. You can also run the content of the reviews through a word cloud tool as another interesting exercise in understanding the themes and the feedback you're receiving. Beyond getting reviews, you also need to respond to them. I've watched actually as this has become increasingly important to care seekers. Now, 82% of consumers say they are more likely to use a business that's actively responding to reviews. The Caring Stars Award also requires review responses, including a mandate that all negative one-star and two-star reviews have a published response. And if your profile doesn't have any negative reviews, you have to have at least one response to any review of any rating to be considered for Caring Stars. It's also important to ensure that your responses are aligned with best practices. This includes HIPAA compliance if you offer medical services, as well as demonstrating empathy and service excellence in how you handle any criticism. People also want to know that there's a human on the other end of the response, that you're not just posting a generic template across all reviews. I've done many prior webinars focused entirely on how to respond, so please reach out to Reviews at Caring if you need that refresher. We also have those materials on partners.caring, including samples of great responses. Okay, another element of reputation analysis is looking at your profiles of the local competitors. Run a geo search on the site. How are your competitors doing in their reviews profile versus yours? Remember that comparison slide I showed early on? Are they or you on the need improvement side of that analysis? If you're both doing great, are there ways your reputation profile can further stand out? For example, do you have more recent reviews or more resident and senior client reviews with excellent detail? Find the opportunities to stand out from the pack. You can also peruse the profiles of Caring Stars winners. We link those right from the caring.com homepage near the top. The online reviews that seniors and their families are publishing about your services can also reveal insights to help you improve or innovate on your current offering. Are you seeing in the reviews any common themes and actionable insights? Does what your customers like or dislike about your offering inspire any new ideas or enhancements? What are the topics, issues, and keywords that customers naturally mention? These can support your marketing and sales messaging. In fact, using a voice and tone that speaks in the way the seniors and their families do and is thus more compelling to them. Your online reputation can also help you identify some of your best customers or help you identify your best candidates for word of mouth referrals, marketing case studies, and other customer appreciation opportunities. Reviews analysis can support your business in a variety of ways, including helping you focus your reviews generation and response efforts and continuing to evolve in serving seniors and their families. So let's talk about how you can build that profile on caring.com. And again, we'll have a Q&A at the end. I see a lot of questions are coming through. I love it. We will get to that in just a few moments. But let's start with who is the appropriate reviewer for caring.com. Care and community seekers are now a lot more active online and savvy about the reviews they read. They're most interested in seeing reviews from others just like them. We're thus focused on hosting reviews from cognitively healthy seniors and their families, and we require these individuals to submit their own reviews content directly to us. Please do not add reviews for the seniors. Caring staff is here to help them participate, and if you're in our partner network, we have some added services to get those seniors reviews by phone. When you're building your reputation profile on caring.com, please avoid asking for reviews from your employees, your vendors, your referral partners, any industry insiders, or anyone with a professional or financial conflict of interest. Those reviews will be declined or removed from caring.com. They're perfect for your own website, for your own case studies, and for employee review websites, but not for a consumer reviews program on Caring. Most people are willing to give an online review. You just need to ask them, and you need to provide services that inspire or motivate them to give the type of review you're seeking. As Bright Local noted in their 2025 reviews report, local businesses must prove themselves with excellent experiences. They shared that consumers who aren't giving reviews aren't finding experiences noteworthy enough to write about, and some don't think their reviews will make a difference. So when you ask for a review, make sure to let them know that it can definitely make a difference for other seniors and their families who are considering your community or agency. We know it does. We've studied this. So really, you're asking them to help others just like them by giving a review on caring. Now, every profile, community, or agency has a dedicated review submission link you can share with your customers. If you don't know your review submission link, email reviews at Caring and we can provide it for you. This is the fastest and easiest way for people to submit their reviews, but they do need to be comfortable online. They have to have an email address to use this form. This can be a great option for family members of seniors, particularly the adult daughters who are on Facebook every day, or the digital native grandchildren of your senior clients. Remember, they need to submit their own reviews. Please don't add it for them. And when asking the senior living community residents to post online reviews, encourage them not to use their full real name. The page has their current home address. It's a privacy and concern. Our website is public. You want to help them practice safe internet usage. We do see some put their apartment number, their phone number, all sorts of stuff in that review form. Encourage them not to do that. Also, if you represent a business that has multiple locations and you want to do an outreach campaign to for all of those locations at once, we have a form you can use, caring.com/reviews. That enables the reviewer to select their specific community or agency from an easy menu on the form. And if you have any questions about this, reach out to reviews@caring.com. I'm happy to help you. Now, as I mentioned, for those of you in our partner network, if you have seniors willing to give a review, but they're not yet comfortable online, we offer a review call-in line that we started in 2021 is now award-winning. Contact reviews@caring.com to get the handout that you can distribute to potential reviewers. This service is currently available Monday through Friday during daytime hours. And there are no fees for this service. It is free for our partners and it typically results in very high quality detailed reviews. So I am recommending this service regularly. And just keep in mind though, that these reviews do take a little bit longer than the online submissions. So it's best to take advantage of this option year round rather than right before the deadline for Caring Stars. Okay, now, if you are a senior living community that's in our partner network, you likely know about Partner Portal, helps you manage your referrals. Well, inside that tool is also the ability to do review solicitation campaigns. You enter the consumer's email addresses, we don't save them, we don't market the referral services to them, we just send the review ask. And we have found this is very effective for our partners to get reviews. Just one key tip here. A common mistake is a community sales director will send the solicitation to their work email and then forward it from there. We have code on the back of the email that tracks the email it was sent to, so all of those subsequent reviews will look like they came from that sales director. So don't do that. Send it only directly to the consumers you're asking for a review. That way, you won't accidentally create invalid reviews. Contact our partner success team if you need access to Partner Portal. They're reachable at partnersuccess@caring.com. And they also have training videos, which are very helpful. Okay, and that's not all. We have a few more ways to get reviews on caring.com. If you're a senior care agency using Activated Insights, you heard me mentioned earlier that we are integrated with them since 2017. We have a monthly reviews feed with them. Many agencies on the Caring Stars winner list achieve the award by using this program. If you're a senior living community in our partner network, we automatically do review outreach to care seekers we referred to you to collect their reviews about the tours taken and the communities they chose. This is also true for our senior care partners who mark their leads as converted in my portal for home care agencies. That triggers our team to do that phone outreach. You can also, if you're in our partner network, send us a list of people who've agreed to give a review by phone, and we'll do review outreach to them. It's not as effective as the inbound line, but it's another option if you'd like to try it. Just email reviews@caring.com. Now, remember I talked about you need to respond to reviews to build your reputation. On caring.com and senior homes, any community or agency with a reviews profile can respond to reviews about their services. It's not required to partner with us. You don't have to have an online advertising. You can still respond to the reviews. But for our partners, I mentioned we have the new review alerts as a way to respond. Any community or agency using the third-party platforms we're integrated with can respond to reviews via those platforms. And then the third option is for any community or agency in the country for any review at any time, whether it's old or new. You can email a response to reviews@caring.com. Include whether or not you want that response to be published or if you're requesting removal for valid reasons. Our guidelines for response for the consumer reviews are the same for the response in terms of the content. And then we also screen those responses before publishing them to make sure there's no defamation against the reviewer. We avoid publishing responses that violate privacy, and we have a few other requirements for required fields in responding to reviews. If a response is ever posted accidentally or needs to be changed, simply reach out to reviews@caring. We are here to help you. Okay, this is another option since last August. I'm pretty excited about this option actually. For the senior living communities, log into Portal. You can see all of your reviews. You can respond to the reviews from here. You can filter those that have no response. It automatically defaults to that. And it's just really a great tool. And again, Partner Success can help you log in to Portal if you're having any trouble with that. And my team can help you with best practices for content and review response. So either reach out to partnersuccess@caring.com or to reviews@caring.com to get help with taking advantage of this feature. Okay, we've come to the Q&A. Oh, great question. Can a Google review be added to caring.com? I'm so glad you asked that. It is the instinct of some to just copy and paste reviews from other websites, but most review websites, including caring.com, prohibit that activity. Our guidelines, the number one guideline is that the content has to be original review that they haven't published elsewhere. In some expert circles, they refer to this as review spam if you're blasting the same review across multiple websites. But I would like you to think about the care seeker. They're visiting multiple review sites. They don't want to see the same content on all of them. They want to get a broad picture of your services from multiple different angles. So no, a review on Google cannot be republished on caring.com. But I would say when like as I mentioned in the beginning, when someone turns to Google and they do a business search, business name and reviews, they're going to find those caring.com reviews right from those results, either in the reviews from the web module or typically on page 1. Okay. So we got a question about the phone number for call-in reviews. If you are a caring partner, and this person noted that the seniors they work with aren't tech savvy, so this could be a very useful tool. I agree. And also, it can be for some seniors a bit of socialization. Our review collection agents are wonderful people, and they love talking to these seniors and interviewing them and getting great quality reviews. And so all you have to do to take advantage of that program is contact reviews@caring.com. We'll let you know if you're in the partner network, and once we confirm that, we'll provide you all the free services that communities and agencies in our partner network receive. Thank you for that question. Okay, so we got a question about being able to submit a review if the senior doesn't have any contact information. Unfortunately, for legal reasons and integrity reasons, it is in our guidelines that the reviewer must have either a valid phone number or a valid email. So, if they are giving a review by phone and they don't have a phone in their room, we do accept their call from a family member's phone, from a community volunteer's phone. Some communities have um, phones that any resident in the community can use. We'll accept that too, as long as we have a way to reach that senior and have that phone call on a recorded line, they can still participate. Thank you for that question. We got a question about, can senior living communities uh, ask their vendor entertainers for reviews? Unfortunately, no, that is a conflict of interest. They have a financial incentive to give you a five-star review. So you want to get their feedback for your own website. And if they're an employee, you could also get their feedback on a site like Indeed or Glassdoor. Okay. So we got a question about the Activated Insights program that I mentioned, whether or not the agency can just copy over their reviews or select just the positive reviews. I'm glad you asked this question, actually. If your senior care agency is using Activated Insights, you opt into the program from their platform. Contact your Activated Insights representative for help getting opted in. You also set a percentage. So that percentage is basically of all consumers who say yes, they're willing to have their review published on Caring, that percentage of those reviews gets pushed to Caring once a month. You don't get to cherry pick positive or negative. That's actually against federal law for online reviews programs. But like I said, those negative reviews can help balance and create more credibility and believability for the positive reviews. Really appreciate that question. If you have any more, email reviews@caring. And we got a question if the professional caregivers can do reviews. No, they also have a conflict of interest, but for caring.com, which is a consumer-only review site, but they're perfect for your website or for an employee review website. I'm just loving so many great questions today. Um, all right. Let me see. We got some more over here. Okay. Is there a way to use a QR code? Yes, I love this question. We get this periodically now. And I'm actually going to include two QR codes at the end of this presentation for contacting our team too. What you do is you take the review submission link, and there are free QR code services. But if you don't know how to use those, just reach out to my team and we'll give you the QR code. Eventually, we hope to add that as a feature in Partner Portal once we get a lot more requests for that type of feature for getting reviews. So thank you for that. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going through. There's just a lot of comments, so I'm trying to get to the questions. Um, is there any way we can talk to our representative for our community for caring.com? They seem to be locked out of their community page. So we don't have login to community pages, but we do have login to Partner Portal. And you can reach out to Partner Success at caring.com to get access to Partner Portal, or if you're a home care agency, access to My Portal. All right. Let's see. Oh, here's a good question. If your reviews are from a previous apartment management company, can you get them removed? Excuse me. We have a process, a high integrity process for reevaluating reviews when there's an ownership or management change at the property. We don't automatically clean slate. A lot of the reviews are still highly relevant. But contact reviews at caring.com. Provide us the information about the management or ownership change, including the month and year it occurred, and whether or not the business completely closed and reopened under new management and new ownership, or if there's 100% new staff or any extra details you can provide, like the community no longer offers a bus and prior reviews reference a bus that was offered previously. Let us know that information that helps us reevaluate the prior reviews. So many great questions today. If I somehow missed your question, please email reviews@caring.com. I will also be going through all of the questions after, and I will reach out to you if I didn't get to you, if I didn't answer your question during the session. But again, that's reviews@caring.com. Now, we have just a few more minutes. I want to summarize what we've covered today. Reviews are crucial for attracting and converting new customers for senior living communities and senior care agencies. Regularly analyze and build your profile for optimal success. Compare against your local competitors. A stellar reviews profile leads to the Caring Star Service Excellence Award, further boosting the success from your reputation. Using the latest insights and your current reputation gaps. Remember, look at your current profile, analyze it, use those insights I shared, take advantage of the tools to help build and manage your profile. In our expert team, I hope I have emphasized this enough during this session. Caring's expert reviews team and our integration partners are available to help you. Reach out. We want to answer any questions you have and help you get as many valid reviews as possible. Now, I promised if you stuck around after the Q&A, I would share some info about how to qualify for Caring Stars 2026. And here we are. The deadline to qualify for the 2026 award is October 15th, 2025. So you want to do all of this reviews work in the coming months, and you are off to a great start by starting in spring. So kudos to you for being here and for showing interest and moving toward that award and qualifying by October. It's much easier to stay focused year round on this goal than to work and work toward it steadily than to scramble in the final weeks near the deadline. I unfortunately encounter folks disappointed every year who didn't win Caring Stars because they scrambled at the last minute and submitted invalid reviews. So try to avoid that. Work on your profile year round. Aim to get at least 2 to 3 valid reviews published per quarter. That's a minimum threshold target. So this is not saying do that and you win. This is saying this is helping you work toward Caring Stars. If you have more than that per quarter, great. It's even better. And review recency is very important to those care seekers. So getting those reviews regularly can still help your sales and marketing, even if you don't win Caring Stars. To be considered for this award, you need an overall average rating at or above 4.5 stars. That's been the case for years now. That type of overall average rating is obtained by continually offering excellent services that repeatedly inspire 5-star ratings. Be vigilant for any negative reviews that get published on the profile. Respond to those in a timely manner. And even if you don't get any negative reviews, remember, care seekers want to see your engagement with the feedback you're receiving from your customers. So be sure to have at least one response on the profile to any review of any rating. Time permitting, respond to as many reviews as you can. This is best practice, and it can actually, we've seen this in numerous studies. This This behavior of responding to reviews regularly inspires higher ratings and more reviews from other customers. It's a social crowd phenomenon. It was even studied by Harvard. If you need that study, email Reviews of Caring. I'm happy to share it with you. And if you're hesitating to respond because you don't know how, please reach out to my team. We have tons of samples and tips for you. Lastly, continue to monitor your reputation. Fill in those review and response gaps with valid content. Also, we're going to have more details about Caring Stars 2026 during review summer. So be on the lookout for those updates or proactively contact Reviews at Caring. We love helping you. Speaking of those QR codes, here they are. You can scan them. This will be available, as I mentioned in the beginning, these slides, this recording, it'll be available after the webinar. I'll be sending all of you an email tomorrow morning, and then we hope to have this on partners.caring by the end of the week. You can also connect with us on LinkedIn. We make announcements there about our webinars and Caring Stars. I really want to thank you for attending this webinar. I know how busy you are, and it just warms my heart that you took the time to come hear what I had to say. I hope you found the information helpful. I hope you're going to share your feedback. We're going to prompt you with the survey. Again, here's how to reach our team by email or phone. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great rest of your day.